This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
We're doing it.
Oh, Betsy.
Marcy.
I'm really excited about our guest today because he is one of the funniest performers that I've ever gotten to work with. He's so fun. And just a cool guy, too.
I'm already just like, I want to be friends forever. I want to be friends forever.
I think we could make it happen.
Okay, good.
Is a comedian, a creative type, and the host of Quiz with a Q. Welcome, Tim Dunn.
Woo!
Hi, you guys. That was the nicest intro. Let's be friends.
Let's be friends, please. Okay, we're friends. Done.
Friends for life.
Friends forever.
Oh.
Done.
I appreciate all those nice things you said, Marcy, and I am really happy to be here with the both of you. How about that?
It's so great. Because I've been in LA for a decade now, so it's been so long since we've gotten to hang out.
I know. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Come to LA.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. He's one of those New York holdouts.
No, it's one of those weird things where, like, at a certain point, living in New York becomes like part of your personality and your identity or something. And like, it is what it is. It's like, could I live somewhere else? Probably. But have I really adjusted to this place and like sunk my like claws in real deep? Like, yeah. So maybe I'll just stick here and be one of these people.
Hey, if it works for you, I think you should keep working it, you know?
I love New York, yeah.
I
love LA though. I truly like. Hey, I really love LA. And whenever friends move to LA and they're like, and people in New York give them crap, I'm like, no way. LA is objectively better than New York. Like it's objectively better. But like New York is New York, and like
New York
blah,
is
blah,
New
blah,
York,
yeah.
It's always cool to like Betsy. You were just in another city. It's cool to be in a city because LA is not a city.
Right. It's fun to just truly be able to walk around and just constantly stumble upon cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I took it for granted. I realized, and then during the pandemic, when everything sort of went away, like everything reopening, and like I think, like I definitely know that I appreciate it much more. And like try to like shop locally more than I ever have before, and buy at smaller grocery stores whenever I can, and like really, you know, like do that, like support the actual businesses that keep like our neighborhoods like cool and weird.
Yes.
So like buying like weird crap from like weird vendors just to be like, hey, like keep going, like just keep swimming.
We're all trying to float here. Yeah,
for real.
You know,
ditto.
I thought about that because America's like experiencing a shipping crisis, and I was like, we should all, and like, because you may not be able to get the Christmas presents you order in time for Christmas, we should all shop local. We should like buy out local inventory.
I think it's funny. Places are low. Like even right now in New York, like places, even like normal places are just low on things. Like stores look a little more sparse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's truly the Wild West. It feels like an alien landscape. It feels like we are all like walking on fresh snow every single moment of every single day. And it's like, where do we go? Wait, what are we supposed to be doing now? Like, just someone like tell me what to do every moment of every day.
Now, you were telling us that you host a show called Quiz with a Q. Can you tell us about it?
Thank you, Marcy. I sure do. I host a show called No, a bunch of years ago, I booked a fun job hosting a trivia app called HQ Trivia, and it was this weird job that like kind of like flew into my lap, and it was bizarre. And even when I got it, I was like, "Do I want this job? Like, really? I don't know." But I got into it and was doing it, and like it was really fun. It actually was like it scratched a weird itch I didn't know like I had like about sort of like it sounds weird to say like uplifting content or like sort of educational content, like art as teacher, and that's like so feel like that's like really giving HQ a lot of credit there, but like you know what I mean, like using your powers for good. And I got a lot of like weird new Twitter and Instagram followers that were like younger skewed teens, and I had to like sort of like change my spiel a little bit because I felt like a bunch of like younger eyes on me. So I sort of, after the pandemic and everything went away, a new comedy theater in New York kind of sprung up from the ashes of the Upright Citizens Brigade called the Squirrel Comedy Theater. And they asked if I wanted to do a show because they were launching a new theater. And I pitched them a show called Quiz with a Q, which basically the pitch was truly like, I'm going to make up like a bunch of like fun, silly games, like parlor games or like old TV game show games, and sort of like change them and like move them around and make them more like me. And then I'm going to invite 3 comedians on, and we're just going to like play these games, and there's going to be like no prizes or scores. And they said like, do it. And then I had to do it. And that was insane because I had never made up a game show before, but it's been running since the spring. And it's all queer guests, and Quiz with a Q is a little nod to Liza with a Z. So it's a little like, if you know, you know. But no, it's really fun. And like the whole objective is just sort of like, I say the closing speech of every show, like if any part of this past hour made you like laugh or something, like the corniest thing ever, but like go and use that and do something nice for someone else, because joy is not meant to be kept. Joy is meant to be shared. And that's the whole point. So it's like, if you have a little bit of something extra that you can like share with someone else, like it, you know, like it keeps going. I'm corny. I'm getting corny the older I get, and that's okay.
It's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Now, when do you perform your show?
Well, the dates always change. So it's sort of a free floating show. So part of having a new comedy theater, you know, airing your content or taking like airing your show, picking up your show, is that like you're at the mercy of their programming. So it changes every month. But the best thing to do is look at Quiz with a Q on Instagram or Twitter. It's just at Quiz with a Q, or quizwithaq.com.
And we will link it so you can find it.
Link
it. I would love. I think
that was a long bio. I'm long-winded. You can cut this all down if you'd like.
No, it's staying in. I loved it.
Absolutely, we'll do no such editing. Yeah. Only if we make a big mistake would I edit something out. Like it would have to be like criminal.
I'll keep that in mind.
That just reminded me that we have a mutual friend who does sometimes surf the dark web.
We do?
Oh yeah, we all do.
We do.
Yeah, she just likes to check it out.
Wow.
What is this person's first initial?
I'm gonna chat it to you right now. That way you can just experience it. But
yeah, I'm gonna scream the name out.
Yeah,
scream the name out now that I read it.
I sent you a little chat, and it makes perfect sense. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Honestly, love it even more. Love it even more now.
I don't think that they are buying like organs. They just are checking it out to see what it's like.
They're not. You know?
I was so impressed that they even knew how to get there.
As soon as you said that, I was like, how do you even figure that out?
I don't know. I don't know.
I tried once to like figure it out, and I did figure it out, but I got like you get to a point where you have to start like entering information, and I was like, okay, I'm too scared. I'm just gonna close all this and delete it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so scary.
It's like you have to download these programs that are like old school AOL that like dial you into a portion of the end. Like when you went on to like logged onto AOL, it took you to like AOL's server.
Yeah.
Like it's essentially like you have to know these crazy cryptic passwords to log into these crazy servers. And like you can figure it out. It's like, but I was just like, who is watching me?
Yeah.
Right. Ooh, that's spooky, man.
Oh, that also reminded me. What was that website that used to show dead bodies?
Uh-oh.
What
I know what you're talking about.
It's not like the Rotten. Was it the Rotten or
What was it?
something where you could be like, you could go see the crime scene photos of Marilyn
Right?
Monroe and
Oh my God, really? How gruesome and grim.
but you know
I'm surprisingly a wimp when it comes to some of this stuff.
oh, absolutely. It's I don't want to see actual gore at all.
Rotten.com. Rotten.com.
Rotten.com.
I will
Rotten.com.
never go there. I will
No.
never type that
No
in.
way.
No, but I think I did see Jane Mansfield's car crash.
Oh. Was that the one where her, like, scarf got caught in the wheel or something? Or that's somebody else?
They
That's someone else.
hit the back of a flatbed truck. And
Ooh.
Wait,
Oh, and
were their
decapitated,
heads
huh?
on their necks?
their heads, part of it, their heads were.
No, that's too gross.
It's too gross. And, you know, Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU was in the back seat because that's her daughter. And her little brother was also there. They survived because they're short.
Wait a minute. She witnessed her mom getting decapitated, and now she has to be on like an aggressive crime scene show for her career.
She doesn't have to be, Tim. She could do anything she wants.
That seems connected to me, but I don't know.
It is connected, very much so. It's very morbid trivia about Olivia Benson.
Whoa.
But anyway, we could talk about morbid stuff, but let's talk about other kinds of dead things. So I start.
Other kinds of dead things. Woo!
Woo! We always start by asking our guests, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
I believe a lot of it. I believe everything. You know what I mean? I sort of think in like the circle of like every process on Earth, kind of like things don't just stop. The process keeps going to the next step. Like with a plant, it like starts decaying, you know, but there's always a next process. So it doesn't make sense that like consciousnesses or whatever would just stop. So I'm like a weird and like sensitive person, and I've sort of realized the older and like kookier that I've gotten that like I was like a creative kid and stuff, but I also like was like feeling shit and like seeing shit and stuff.
Yeah.
And so my whole life, the older I've gotten, the more I've sort of paid attention. I read books on ESP as a kid because I thought for real that I had something happening, but like they were all sort of like library books that it was like, visualize the phone, picture someone you want to call you. If they don't call you, you don't have the gift. So it was like, wah, wah. But no, I totally buy it. I mean, I have like experiences all the time, and I sort of like think it's real. And I you know, and it sounds like really kooky to talk about it, but it's really like a thing that I really experienced.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Now, where do you fall when it comes to like extraterrestrials or cryptids or, you know?
Oh, I mean, I think it like makes less sense that like aliens would be able to come to Earth to me. But like that other things would exist somewhere else. Like, sure. I mean, it makes sense to me. I also love a good, you know, sci-fi fantasy. So like, why the fuck not?
Yeah, right. And it's like, yeah, it's fun. Why not?
Not harming anyone to believe in aliens. Like, nah, why not? Entertain it.
Well, just so you know, Demi Lovato, who is very connected to extraterrestrials, says it's derogatory to call them aliens. So just so you know.
What do you,
Demi
extraterrestrials?
Lovato.
Is that what you call them? ETs?
ETs. They said that it is very derogatory to call them aliens. So
Whoa.
Apparently-
So call them ETs.
apparently they are very in tune with this stuff. I love.
Wow.
They hate local yogurt shops, but they love ETs.
Listen, I look to Demi Lovato as my moral compass. So I appreciate all of these stances she's taking on behalf of everyone. I agree. No problem.
So, yeah. What about cryptid stuff? That's probably, it feels like a little
cryptid stuff,
you know, like a Bigfoot or Mothman or.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, I get it, but I think more often than not, that's like just like drunk people saying things.
That's so funny.
Does it make sense that there's like animals in the woods somewhere that are like ones we haven't seen? Yes, but like, is it a mythical creature? Like, no. No, it's like a weird deformed bear, you guys, or it's like it's a shark that had its fin bit off. It's like, it's not. There's other explanations for this stuff.
I recently I follow a lot of dogs on Instagram. Lots of dogs.
Respectable.
So my explore page is a lot of just like dog videos and stuff. And there were a couple videos of where it was like dogs were like a dog was born like kind of missing like a part of their vertebrae, or you know, like a chunk of them. Yeah. And they looked a lot like some of these creatures these cryptoids that we've talked about and like and learned about, where it is like, oh, that feels like the description of the like New Jersey Devil or whatever. Where it's like, yeah, what if it was just a dog that was missing some spine?
Yeah, a dog that's missing some spine.
On TikTok, I follow a dog that is a 3-legged Springer Spaniel, and it walks on its hind legs because it only has 3, so it just walks upright.
Cute.
And think about bears. When bears just walk upright and the way they lumber is so weird looking, that could easily be some sort of Bigfoot Yeti thing, right? Right. I mean,
yeah, and like it's usually out in the woods when people are partying and stuff. It's like the abominable snowman, or was it just like Sheila, the cocktail waitress, in her white outfit, like falling down the hill?
Damn it, Sheila.
She loves a winter white.
Yeah, wait a second. Everything goes back to Sheila being around all over the world.
Sheila's just looking for a good time.
Not saying, just saying. Every abominable snowman sighting, Sheila has been on. That's been her shift.
Sheila's been there.
It's been her shift. Yeah, she's been clocked in, honey.
Oh my God, this is so funny. So you have so many experiences. I feel like we would be doing a disservice if we didn't jump into them.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah.
So what were your earlier experiences like?
I think I always sort of believed in this stuff. And even like truly as a kid, I was checking like books on ESP and sort of like psychic powers and stuff. But I think all kids do that. But I remember like I always sort of would hear things, and everyone always just said like, he's just like a highly creative person. Like he's imagining things, or whatever the case is.
Yep.
And like, I probably might've been, I was a very precocious kid, and like, but like the older I started getting, it started happening more. And I think it officially changed. So I'd always like heard things and like felt things and just felt like, oh, I'm like a scaredy cat, or I'm in a bad mood, or whatever it was. I went to a psychic in New York. Someone had a party and there was a guy there, and he gave everyone readings. And one of the things to me, he was like, hey, like you have this. And like this is a thing that like you can do. Do you know that? And I was like, oh, this is like weird. We're at like a party with people, and I was like eating a fig, and I was like, oh, kind of, I'll make an appointment. Like, move, keep it going. Like, I'll make an appointment later. And so I made an appointment, and I went to his like house and had a reading with him, and he sort of like came for me. He was like,
he came for you?
Well, he was like, all this stuff. He was like, you've been ignoring all this stuff. Like, you've been ignoring all this stuff. And like, it was weird. And I kind of was like, I couldn't tell if he was hitting on me. So it was like this strange, I didn't know, like, because it feels kind of silly to indulge in that thought. But like, it's like, well, you know what? No harm, no foul. No one ever has to know. And then I started, I think I moved into a new apartment, and I immediately started like noticing things. Like I would wake up and my bed was next to the window, and I would turn and I would like see someone on the fire escape and stuff. And it would like make me jump. And once I'd wake up, I'd look and it would be gone.
Whoa.
There was a time when, right when I was moving out, I lived in that same apartment for 10 years. When I was moving out, the week that I was like emptying the apartment out and cleaning, all of a sudden one day I woke up and my apartment smelled like old women's perfume, like the entire apartment, to the point where I had to open windows. I'm like, I can't breathe. It's so strong. But like a funny story about my old apartment, which kind of tuned me in, because I joked that like, oh, it's haunted. I have a ghost. Like I have a ghost. And everyone thought it was funny, but I really was like, no, like really, there is like a ghost in here. I don't know the situation. And I was bartending down in the West Village, and a family, like on a Sunday, a family came in. It was an older woman and her husband, and then they're like adult children. And they'd gone to the jazz club across the street, and they came and said, oh, the mom said, I haven't been in Manhattan in 50 years. And it's our anniversary, so our kids are taking us out for a drink. We get to talking. It turns out she and her husband, who hadn't been in Manhattan for like 50 years, grew up as little kids in the building that at that time I lived in.
Oh my God.
And like we were like, whoa, like mind's blown. And she was like, wait, what apartment are you in? And I was like 2B or whatever it was. And she's like, which one is 2B? I'm like, oh, the top of the like second little staircase on the right. And she went, oh my God, a guy died in there. And I'm like bartending at the time, and I was like, what? She's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, now you have to tell me.
Yeah.
And she was like, when we were little kids, a guy died in that apartment. So like 60 years ago, 60 or 65 years ago. And she's like, and we knew because it smelled so bad. And so when the EMTs got there, they opened the door and all like while they were like trying to hoist the guy. And I swear this lady told me this about the apartment that at that time I was living in. She said the kids were all peeking in the door as the EMT was like picking the guy up, and they pulled his arms off. Because
he was like decaying.
He had decayed to the point where they went to pick him up and his arms came off. And she might have made this up, but this is what she told me while I was bartending about what happened in the apartment that I currently lived in at the time.
Oh my God.
Like where my bed currently was positioned at that moment, there had been like a decaying body there 60 years ago that this lady saw with her own eyes. And so like we exchanged email addresses because she wanted to come see the building later. She never did, because her like kid emailed me and was like, we're so embarrassed that she told you that story. Like, I hope you're okay. Like, we hope you're okay. It's like, no, you know, like I kind of thought like it's weird to say I kind of thought. But I was like, it's an armless ghost. What's he gonna do?
Whoa.
He could kick you.
Bite me? Yeah, bite me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
wow.
awful.
But so all these things that sort of happened, and then this psychic guy, while I was at the reading, he said to me, I was like, this is a different apartment, so this was before that experience with the people in my apartment. The psychic said, what's up with the girl with the long hair? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, the girl with the long hair who's been waking you up.
Oh, I got chills.
And like,
I did too.
Every hair stood up on my arm because I had woken up to like a start from like being asleep, because I felt like someone was standing over me. And I said, well, what I said to like my then boyfriend or whoever was like it's someone in like a medical bracelet or like in like a gown or something. And it was like, I just have nightmares sometimes. Like I can't watch Walking Dead before bed because I get weird nightmares, you know?
Yeah.
So this psychic guy was like, the woman with the long hair. And I caught like every hair set up on my arm, and he said, and the medical bracelet. And I was like, oh,
I got so many chills.
Oh, like it freaked me out. And I was like, no. And he's like, do you think that's just going to like go away, or that's like a dream or something? I was like, truly, nobody knew about this. This is, you don't like casually talk about the ghosts you're seeing. And he explained, he was like, she is like lost. Like there was a senior care facility a couple blocks away. And he's like, she just got like confused and was like drawn to you. And he was the one who was like, you're going to have to be careful because you have a very open energy, a very like warm and open energy, and things are drawn to you. So you have to be careful about like the things that you like. And he was like dramatic and like protect yourself and get like a whatever crystal for protection against dark energy and all this stuff. And I was kind of like, yeah, you know, like, well, who cares? Who knows? I don't know if it's that deep. It wasn't that deep for me. But from then on, I really started like noticing stuff.
Wow.
My last apartment that I lived in. Oh, I have two stories. My last apartment that I lived in had this beautiful mantle. It was on the Upper West Side. It had this beautiful 2-level mantle and a fireplace that had like been cast over in iron, but it was beautiful and like very ornate. And like, I was thrilled to have this beautiful mantle. And from the minute I moved in, whenever I would get close to the fireplace, I would like get chills or like, just like, it just sort of like skeeved me out a little bit. And so I, in my brain, I was like, oh, there was something with fires in this apartment. There was something with a fire in this apartment. And I kind of just like moved on with that thought. And then, so I never really like lit candles or anything just because it, like whenever the first time I cooked using the oven, it freaked me out. Like it really, the oven was like unruly and like the temperature went like really hot. Like the food didn't cook at all. Even the oven was on. It was like strange and it freaked me out. So I'm like, you know what? So I never lit candles or anything. I bought a fire extinguisher. And I was like, you know, that's it. So one day after never having a candle or like being freaked out by my gas thing, by my oven, I lit like an incense stick. And it was sort of like perched on an incense holder that was made out of like a beautiful polished like walnut thing that I'd had for a million years. And I went and got in the shower. And in the middle of my shower, I like smelled something and I went out and the incense stick had dropped an ember and caught the incense tray on fire and it was burning up my mantle. It was burning like there was like black soot. There was soot on the underside because it was 2-level mantle. So there was soot and it was like starting to char.
What?
From an incense stick. I've been burning incense for 1 trillion years and I've never had anything resembling a fire, especially like a cinder dropped and caught the incense holder on fire.
Yeah, that thing's supposed to be able
to. It freaked me out because I had already thought there's something weird about fire in this apartment. And then that random, I mean, could it be like I'm just careless or whatever? And like, is it old incense? Maybe. But like the fact when all these things sort of line up, like that's when I'm like, nah, let's err on the side of this being real. You know what I mean?
Did you get to use your fire extinguisher? Did you pull it out?
No. I never lit a fire in that apartment again.
Wow.
I was so freaked out. Every time I cooked, I was like very careful and I watched everything. I never lit candles in there ever again.
I mean,
like
Whoa,
isn't that crazy?
Man,
like it caught on fire from an incense stick after I already was like, there's something weird about fire. Like something happened with someone
right.
and fire.
And it was you.
So that's also kind of like the weird thing. Yeah, for real. It was going to be me. I was foreseeing the future.
Well,
no, I get like a vibe. Like I'll get a vibe of a place. And I just sort of learned to like sort of not dismiss it as like being a thing. Like I owned a rental property in Northwest Pennsylvania, in rural Pennsylvania. And I bought this 100-year-old house for nothing, no dollars and no cents. And I was going to put some money into it and then flip it, rent it out and then flip it.
Cool.
And I found out, I went back through the records after I bought the house, found out that it had been a boarding house because there's an old little carnival, like a amusement park there.
What?
And so back in the early 1900s, the amusement park built this house to house carnival workers that were visiting. So, and you could also, over the years, rent the rooms by the night upstairs. So all 6 bedrooms upstairs had their own sink. And they 2 of them had little refrigerators that were still there. And then there were like a water closet in the bathroom. So it was like essentially a brothel / boarding house back in the day for carnival workers. In the early 1900s. And I thought it was
wild
awesome.
Energy there. A lot of wild energy.
I was like, I'm into it. Like, this is cool. Like, let's get creepy. And at the time, I had two dogs, like a 10-year-old pit bull named Harry, who was the sweetest, smartest, coolest dog, and like obsessed with me, always right by my side. And I had a new little guy named Taco, who I still have. And he's just, again, he's deeply insecure, always by my side. So when I bought this house, I went there to spend a couple of weeks doing work on it, like renovations myself and painting and all this stuff. And the first thing I was going to do is scrape the floors on the second floor and paint the second floor.
Wow. And
we were up there for 2 weeks. And for the entire 2 weeks, both of my dogs would not step foot onto the second floor of this house. If I would drag them and they would run and sit on the top step. They would not even come to the second store. My dogs had never. My dog Harry truly was always touching me. He was always leaning on me. And Taco was so insecure that he was always following me. They would stay on the top step. They would not even come onto the second floor. And like truly, it freaked me out too. And I would bring them into the rooms with me, and they both would cry, and I would let them out the door, and they'd go and they sit on that first step.
Whoa!
I have never had a dog ever that would sit on a step.
Yeah.
When it was a free pathway to like you. And it only happened in that house. They never went on the second floor at the age of their own. It was crazy. And later on, as I was selling the house, the neighborhood locals sort of were doing looky-loos, and people were saying like, "Oh, my mom lived here for a week in like 1993 or whatever." It's like gross. The house looks much better. It looks much better now. Like and and to everyone who said, "Oh, this house." Like, oh, I love this house. I always say, oh, it's really haunted. And every single person would say, yeah. Like, yeah. Like no one ever disagreed with me. Everyone said like, those fridges are still, those fridges are old as hell. I'm like, yeah, they're haunted. People be like, yeah, this house, So it was fully haunted. I loved it.
Wow.
That is so cool. It's very cool too, even though it is haunted.
Marcy, you and I had talked at some point about clearing energy from places. And like, what a hilarious thing to admit that we've had conversations about clearing energies in places.
I mean, our listeners are not surprised about me.
Right.
But no, like we had a conversation where it was like, in my brain rationally, a few things just end. And most things like stay where they are. So it makes sense that like, there would be energies in apartments in New York, and there would be like lingering vibes. Like if people spent 10 years in like a terrible mental state in one room, like a one-room apartment in New York, like the vibe picks up on that. Like the whole sort of gig changes in the space, and you can clear it, I think. But like there's like all these really hokey steps, and maybe it's just for your own benefit. But every apartment I've done, I've smudged all the time, and I'll smudge with all the things, and then do the Palo Santo, all the things.
And do you feel like a difference? And granted, it might be truly, that mental just kind of comfort, but like, wow, yeah.
No, I do. I mean, I really, like I said, maybe it's just for your own benefit. And like part of the thing is you're supposed to say it all out loud. And there is something different when you say things out loud.
Yeah.
But no, I think Marcy, part of our conversation was, they say, whoever they is, that like when you speak to like spirits or ghosts or whatever, you should do it like as if you're speaking to a child. So like very simply and very sort of matter of factly, and so like directly, and like it's like this is all gonna sound like put me in the straitjacket, but also like let the whatever entity, spirit, vibe, person know like, hey, this is my spot now. Like this might have been yours and you might have had ownership of this at some point. You don't anymore. So you're welcome to like, hey, you're welcome to hang. You're welcome to like stick around, but like pipe down. This is mine now. So this space is mine now. It is not yours anymore. You're welcome to stay, but you have to follow my rules. And like, here they are. And like, I would say that out loud, like a crazy person walking around my apartment being like, we're not doing this. We're doing this. It's, happy and positive and optimistic, and like the vibe is this.
Yeah,
I think it worked. And if it only worked for my own like weird mental,
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
You say no fussing, no cussing, and I forget the rest of the saying, but
That Progressive commercial.
Abra.
Oh my God.
No fussing, no cussing, and no mussing.
That's right.
Abra Tayback. Shout out to Abra Tayback.
Shout out. I read this book recently. Is it called Ghostly Whispers? It's by the woman that the show Medium is based on.
Right.
Like the Patricia Arquette series. So it's based on this one, Psychic Medium. And she says that, if there's something like, well, she had this gift as a child and her grandmother told her that you need to help people. Like it's your job to go help them. So if it's a soul stuck here, then you can tell them where to go. Like you can say, if you would like to pass over, you can go to a funeral home. A light will appear at some point. You could go to a church. There are places you can go if you're ready to cross over. But sometimes they just pass on to another home.
Whoa. Yeah.
I buy it.
Get
I buy
out of
it.
here. Go. Skedaddle.
I mean, a gross thing that a super once told me in an apartment building. That story about the guy died in there. A guy died in there. I told my super that story, and his face went white, and I was like, Dave, it's okay. I'm not gonna I don't care. It doesn't. I think it's a funny story. I'm not upset about it. And he was like, well, when you think about it, where did most people die? In their apartment. And yeah. So not only has one person died in your apartment, but more than one person has died in that apartment. It's
now,
I guess you have to assume that at a certain point.
There is a website you can check. I forget the name of it.
I would never check it.
I checked for this house because this house is almost 100 years old and no one has died in the home. There was a fire at some point. People now who lived here have died, but not while in this house. So
yeah,
no ghosts here, baby. But
it's funny because we lived in new construction suburban homes growing up. So the house has never had any history. So none of the houses growing up, I don't think. It was always when we went and visited other people in older homes. My grandmother's house was, hundreds of years old. And this brick colossal thing, and it was just spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah. Did you feel a wild energy when you went?
I mean, yeah. That's a weird thing I've had to sort of learn about, and I think it's an Instagram fad that everyone says they're an empath or something, but that's a thing, and then some people actually are. So whatever. Yeah. But it's sort of you can. I really can feel the the energy of the place, and if it skews one way, you can
sense
that something bad, and if you pay a little more attention, you can usually figure it out.
Yeah.
Someone told me that when I smelled perfume in my old apartment, the grandmother it was truly an old person's perfume. Someone, I think I might have tweeted about it or something or joked about it, and someone reached out and said. That's usually a way that someone says thank you. So if you took care of the apartment, maybe someone who had lived there before or someone who had died in there was their way of saying thank you. Because when I tell you, it wasn't someone in the hallway spritzed on perfume before they left. It was I could taste perfume in my apartment, and someone told me that it was that's flowers, and the smell of flowers is sometimes a gift of thank you from.
That's so nice.
Isn't that kind of cool?
That is really nice.
I kind of love it. I love it. Why not?
That's very nice. I'm going to do it with Taco Bell smell.
Ooh,
smell Taco Bell.
This is terrible. Remember when New York?
Thank you.
I could immediately smell what you meant. What you meant.
Oh yeah.
No, what was the sign whenever New York smelled like pancakes and syrup that one time? Do you remember that?
It was the swamps of New Jersey farted, and there was a gas eruption from the swamps of New Jersey, and it created a chemical reaction that smelled like syrup. And for 2 days, New York smelled just like pancakes. It was amazing, but it was because the swamps farted.
Swamp fart.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
It was. You're like,
Wow.
I remember at first being like, is this a stroke?
I remember like even more like grim. I remember people being like, is this some sort of like chemical agent that someone has sprayed or something?
I mean,
it truly smells just like pancakes.
It would be more effective if people made it smell nice. Like at Disney World and Disneyland, when you walk down Main Street, they pump out scents. Like those candy stores and the ice cream shop don't actually smell like that. They pump out scents so that you're more likely to come in and buy. But
Those sneaky bastards.
They're evil. They really are evil. I reject that.
I object. What would you say? I mean, is the woman in the hospital bracelet the scariest, or have you had other even scarier experiences?
Honestly, the fire thing, the fire thing sort of shook me the most because like that was like within the past like year.
Yeah. And could cause actual death.
Really? Like, and like when I connected, because I remember, like, I think I told my boyfriend when he came over, he was like, I didn't, he's like, oh, where, like he gave me like a beautiful candle. I'm like, oh, this is not a fire apartment. He was like, what the hell does that mean? I'm like, oh, it sounds so strange. And then like later, an ember, like, so like when.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it was strange. Like that one was one. And also the night that it happened, I was meeting some of my boyfriends. It was a new boyfriend. He was a new boyfriend at the time. He's still my boyfriend. Some of his friends for the first time. And I had like, I'd like put out this fire in my apartment. I was really shaken and I had to go like meet people and be cool. And I was really upset about it.
Of course.
And you can't with like, oh, nice to meet you guys. You're new friends. Okay. So there's a fire ghost in my apartment and you're trying to burn it down tonight. Like, no.
I think they would have responded well. I think someone would have been like,
too.
oh my God, I had a fire ghost too.
I think I'm like, even without fire ghosts in my life, I'm like kooky enough that people need me to slow down. So like adding another layer of like ghosts and spirit is like, oh, okay, Tim, why don't you just like go like take a walk? Okay, why don't you go take a walk?
Take a
Leave
lap.
your phone at home and go for a walk. Yeah.
Oh man, all of these are so amazing that and do you pick up vibes off people too?
I mean, like, yes. But who knows if that's from like years of bartending and like dealing with people in like quick transactions over and over and over again. So like I think I've had more I probably had exponentially more conversations or interactions with other humans than other people have, just because like the quick nature of it. But no, yeah. I mean, I can tell when like right away when someone's not for me. And that's how I'll like phrase it. It's like this person's not for me. I just get like a real dark vibe from them. And like if a weird thing is if I meet somebody with like who's like feels like a heavy and like dark person at that time, and I think we all sort of go in and out. So I don't think anyone is like all a terrible person. This all sounds nuts, but who cares?
Not for us. Doesn't sound nuts.
Not at all.
If someone feels like a dark, heavy person, I can immediately, even from like a couple sentences, I can immediately picture what fighting with them is like. I immediately know where they go, like how they fight with someone, and whenever it's been someone like in a dating situation or whatever, it's usually come like go on a date with someone like, oh, this person has like a weird vibe, and you'll like I bet they blah blah. And then like during that time, they snap at a waiter in a certain way or something. It's like, yeah, this person's like,
wow.
It's a little too dark right now.
I used to always feel so guilty about that kind of feeling that
same.
Because I'd always be like, I don't like this person, but I don't have a great reason to not like them. But I truly am like, stay away. I do not. And it would be people maybe that other friends would know and that didn't have a problem with. And I eventually, a psychic was like, you should just trust that and don't worry about, like, don't judge it. Your judgment might be more correct than you understand.
It's funny because most of my life, like there would be people that I didn't know how to interpret it, but I would feel uncomfortable around certain people. And I think like on the whole, I'm a generally pretty comfortable person. Like I can roll with things. I'm not like stressed out easily by social interactions or stuff like that, the way like others might be. But there were always like, I would get uncomfortable around certain people. And it made me think like, man, like what if I feel like something is wrong with the way we're interacting. So I would usually try to like get to know them more to figure out what the uncomfortable with. But at a certain point, you come to realize like they just have like a dark, heavy sort of energy right now. And it's making me uncomfortable. So it's nothing about like me that's doing it. I'm picking up on them.
Right.
And like their energy is making me really uncomfortable. So like, it's not a matter of like, let's get closer right now. It's a matter of like, I need to get away from you.
Right.
And like, I need to gracefully never see you again.
Well, it's so hard because it is like, oh, I'm very much like, let's just give this person the benefit of the doubt. You know, like maybe they're just having a weird day, but then I've wasted a lot of time.
I have
with
too.
people
and I
like
think,
that, and then it's like, I don't fucking want to hang out with you. I don't have to.
I think it's a sweet thing to give some. Like, I think we all should like probably err on the side of giving people the benefit of the doubt more often than we do. But like, yeah, I agree. I probably have like a Rolodex that's too big of people that I'm like, well, maybe I know how to fix them. I know what's wrong or something, you know?
Right,
Come on.
right.
Grow up, Tim.
Grow up. We don't need to put our time towards that.
That's
Come on.
not your job at
That's
all.
not it.
I know. This quickly transitions into like Zoom therapy all of a sudden. It's very close parallel.
Yep.
But I think that's good for everyone to know that, like, if you have a bad feeling about someone, like, trust it. You don't like, that's another me just talking about myself now, but like, I used to always worry about people not liking me, so I'd want to like be like, how can I be more likable? And then I was like, what am I doing? I don't like so many people. What, like, not that I hate, but like, I'm not like being like, oh, I hope they want to hang out. I'm like, that's not what it is. I want the validation that people like me because I'm not sure if I'm good or not. So, and vice versa. Like, I don't need to like anybody. Like, they're probably fine. They got their crew. But I definitely have seen people like crumble whenever I've said I don't like you. If you say that to people, it will fuck them up.
I mean, yeah, of course. That sucks.
Well, but to someone who's like screaming at you to be like, we don't have to do this. I don't like you. We don't need to have this interaction. Boy, that will really destroy a narcissist.
Yeah. I when I hit the point where I was like truly, I honestly, genuinely, and like profoundly do not care what you think, specific person. Like, so anything you say, like, why do you think I would care? I've already decided that you're a no for me. So you could do and say anything you want and you're allowed to, but it's a no for me.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it.
And that's what I'm talking about. Not just being like, I don't like I don't just say it out of the blue, but to be like, when someone's coming at you to be like, this doesn't matter to me. I don't care to pursue this any longer.
Wow.
Boundaries, babe. You got to communicate those boundaries. Same thing with ghosts. You got to tell them the ghost. You got to put the boundaries for everyone. You got to let them know, hey, I'm the boss of me, not you. And if I'm paying for this apartment and you're here, you're going to follow my rules, baby.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you better materialize some moolah because daddy's broke.
I do not care to be woken up anymore.
If any of you ghosts want to pay rent, you're allowed.
Slip of
I will
money.
follow your rules.
Yes.
Yes.
You I don't care where you get it from, but if you can get it to me, I will put it in the bank and pay my landlord.
I will learn how to use the dark web to pick up this money if that's what you require of me. Oh, dark ones.
Just looking for an excuse, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll look at organs too. Maybe I'll peek at the organs while I'm there, but that's not why I'm going. That's not why I'm going.
It's not the purpose, but it's happening.
Take a peek, like while I'm there.
No, I love all these boundaries. Now, how do you feel about your new place? Seems very light and airy.
Yeah, no, this apartment is amazing. My boy, shout out to the boy again. We live together now, and it's this beautiful, bright, awesome apartment. And you better believe the first thing I did when I officially moved in was brought all my little crystals and my smudging things, and I did the whole thing. I did the whole thing a couple different times, like not just one time, but like a bunch.
Yeah.
I burned a bunch. I did a bunch.
Open up
this
those
apartment's
windows.
amazing.
Yeah, get it out.
I mean, this apartment is truly a dream.
I mean, from
Fun.
what I can see, it definitely is.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd love it. Come on over.
All right. Booking a flight.
We're flying to you right now.
Well, Tim, do you have any other stories you want to share with us? Or we can listen to a listener story.
Why don't we listen to a listener story?
And if-
I don't know. That might be my stories, but maybe it'll jog something.
Yeah,
for me.
it
Good.
usually will. All right, I'm going to pull one up.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I love your show. Thank you so much for always sharing good, creepy things. And Marcy, I loved the episode where somebody wrote in and called you Darcy, and the way you laughed after, like made me crack the fuck up. It was hilarious. And Betsy, your like always make me giggle, and I love you guys. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you something really creepy that happened to me back in 2012. At that point, my kids were probably like 10 and 7, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I had already put my kids to bed, so they used to go to bed around like 8:30. So I put them to bed. I stay up for a little while. I finally decide to go to sleep myself. I'm just about to nod off, and I feel a hand around my ankle. Like a firm fucking someone grabs my, like if you grab your wrist with your hand, that's what it felt like. And I was like, the hell? And I woke up, and I saw a little girl standing by my window about the same size as my daughter. And I was like, hey, Taylor, what are you doing? You're supposed to be sleeping. And she just continued to look out the window. And I was like, Taylor. And then I reached over and I turned my light on, and there was nobody in the room. And I was like, what the hell? And I went into my kids' room, and they were sound asleep. My daughter was practically snoring. It was so creepy. And my daughter has said that she has seen a lady in our house. Like I have, I don't really see any more spirits because I told them I don't want to see you. Like, it's enough if I can feel that you're around. Like, that's enough. And I don't mind that you're here. You can chill. But don't be an asshole. Like, don't do scary things on purpose and shit like that. And for me, like, every once in a while I see, like, twinkling lights where there shouldn't be twinkling lights or a reflection of lights. And I always take that to mean, like, those are my safe angel spirits. Those are my good spirits. And let's see. There was another time when I was younger. And I was about 20, and I went out with a bunch of my friends, and we were going to go dancing. And there was this guy that I'd never met before, and as soon as he got out of the car and his friend introduced him to the rest of us, like I saw two dark shadow figures on each side of this guy, and I wanted literally nothing to do with him. And then later I found out he had a lot of personal problems, like drugs, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, spirits are definitely real. I'm trying to think really quick. I'm sure I have other stories, and I will definitely reach out and share them with you at some point. But I thought this was a good little start. So thank you, ladies, for being so fantabulous, and have a great rest of 2021. Bye.
What a great phone call from a nice seeming lady.
Yes.
That was a really good start.
Absolutely. And very much connected to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, setting
Feeling
those
someone's
boundaries.
vibe. Yeah. But knowing, like, when she met the guy, she got the vibe. She, like, felt the presence. And maybe hers, like, visualized. Mine is not like an aura thing. Mine's more like a feeling. But, like, I think that's real. I think people get, like, sensory information in millions of different ways, you know?
Yeah.
The kid, though, I was like, Betsy, you hate this, right?
That's disgusting. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. A nasty little kid grabbing your ankle and then just staring out the window. Fuck off, man.
No, thank
Fuck
you.
you. Don't
Get
you
out
dare.
of here. Yeah.
Get out of
Get
here.
out of here.
Ooh.
Absolutely not, young lady.
No, young lady. No.
I really do think that someone
Frickin' beat it.
yeah, get But someone grabbing
Beat
your
it,
ankle
little
is
girl.
too scary. That was always my like childhood fear, that if I hang my foot over the side of the bed, something would pull it, and I don't want it at all.
No,
I had night terrors as a kid, or that thing, the sleep paralysis thing, where like you wake up and you're awake, but you just like can't move. I had that happen a bunch of times as a kid, and I remember it. Like I remember being in my like bunk bed and being like, "This is strange. I can't like move my arms or my legs."
Ooh, did you ever see like a shadow figure or like a hag?
I wish. I wish I'd seen a hag.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I also just remember, she's talking about kids. When I was a little kid, my parents joked that I used to have an imaginary friend, which I think is a good thing that a lot of kids have or had.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I would come up, I would tell her things that they'd be like, "Who told you that?" Like things that were like beyond a little kid knowing. And I would always say, "Rudy told me." And they were like, "Who's Rudy?" And
Rudy.
It was my imaginary friend. But I would like tell them things as like a little kid. And eventually they bought me a Cabbage Patch doll and named it Rudy. So I'd stop talking about like a different, like not doll Rudy.
Right.
Maybe Rudy was a ghost.
Was Rudy an imaginary friend or a knowledgeable ghost?
Maybe a knowledgeable, maybe both. Maybe a little bit of both.
True. True.
I love it. Rudy. I love the name Rudy too.
Rudy. It is a really
Where would I
great
have come
name.
up with Rudy as a kid? I didn't know anyone named Rudy.
I mean, unless you were old enough that the Cosby Show was on, but that's the only Rudy I knew.
Oh,
True.
right.
And then Rudy, but we
I
would have been
think,
older.
I don't think, yeah, I don't, I was older. I don't think I was like, this was like toddler age. Like,
Yeah. And that's when kids are their spookiest.
So spooky. Too spooky.
Oh, man.
Too spooky.
These have
that
been
ranks at too spooky.
too spooky. Number one, too spooky. These have been so great, Tim. I loved hearing your stories.
Same.
Oh, thanks.
Same.
It's so weird, right? It's sort of like, could this all be bull crap? Like, probably, maybe. But like, could it not? Probably, maybe. So like, might as well just pay attention. No harm in paying attention to these things and giving them a little credit, you know, because truly processes don't end. Like things don't just go away. Things get absorbed, things get repurposed, things get whatever. So like, who knows, you know?
Yeah. Who knows? Exactly.
Yeah.
Tim, tell people where they can find you and keep up with your shows.
Ooh, you can go to my Instagram, which is Tim Dunn Him Fun.
Yes. Yes.
Or you can just go to my Twitsy, which is just my name, at Timothy Dunn.
Great.
Yeah.
Tim, thank you so much for being on.
Thank
This was
you
a delight.
so much.
You're both total treats of pizzas.
Oh.
Oh, treats and pizzas.
Oh boy, Tim Dunn is a delight.
What a damn delight.
Super
Seriously.
duper. Super duper delight.
Super duper damn delight.
Well, should we read some listener stories to close it out?
Methinks we shall.
Okay, I have one pulled up. And
Okay.
it's entitled Ghost Dog? Grandpa! Got the different punctuations?
I think I got it. I think
Okay.
I got.
All right.
I think I got it. That was
Okay.
really well done.
Thank you. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Huge fan of the podcast after hearing about it on 90 Day Bay. Ooh.
Okay, nice.
Shout out to my 90 Day Babies. When I heard that Betsy was on the podcast too, big College Humor fan, loved her and Kingpin Katie.
Whoa, cool. Thanks for watching.
I was sold. The podcast has made me laugh and cry. I cried at the story about two grandpas who never met in real life communicating to help their grandson. And I cried at the dad whose dog's photo mysteriously went missing and then reappeared in his closet after he died.
Right. I remember.
I was thinking about why those two stories affected me so much, and I realized it's because the two most significant losses in my life have been my two grandfathers and my dog, Buddy.
Oh,
Buddy. I was raised Catholic and have been on the lookout for ghosts since I was little, but have never really had an experience. Once when I was like 4 years old, I thought Jesus came to pray over me while I was sleeping, but it turned out just to be my dad, LOL.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's very sweet, very cute. My maternal grandfather was named Richard, but his friends and family called him Dick. I loved that was how it worked back then. You call Richard a Dick.
Yep.
He had 7 daughters, including my mom, and 20 grandchildren, including me. He died in about 2010.
20.
I know that's he really
That's a lot.
he really did his part to populate the earth. Like he did it. He made part of this generation. He died in about 2010 when I was 15. It seems like everyone sees and talks to him all the time, but I'm still waiting. Maybe he's taking a sweet old time getting through all of his grandchildren.
Oh.
My mom and his sisters all say they talk to him in their dreams, and he visits them as a cardinal. Apparently, that's a thing. Cardinals are your dead loved ones or whatever.
Or whatever. I don't know.
However, the spookiest story is the time he visited my grandmother in their house. My grandmother has lived alone since my grandfather died, and she always talks about being lonely. One day she was coming home from church, typical, and felt an overwhelming claustrophobia in her living room. My grandmother is meticulous and keeps a very neat house, so it wasn't the physical objects as much as it was the energy in the room. She said she felt like there was maybe a dozen people in the room with her, and she started to panic. She said out loud, "Okay, Dick, you can stay, but your friends have to leave." My grandfather famously liked to play cards and drink a little too much with his buddies back in the day, so she assumed they were just playing cards in her house while she was out. Immediately after she told my grandfather to make them leave, the energy in the room felt lighter. Like all of the spirits of my grandfather's friends had left in an instant. Wow. I like to think he stayed with her a while afterwards, though. Okay, now on to my ghost dog. I adopted my dog, a border collie named Buddy, when he was 10 years old, basically because his previous family decided they didn't want him anymore. Oh my God.
Buddy.
They said they couldn't keep him because they were moving, but then they got a new puppy immediately afterward.
Come on.
No, not cool.
Come on.
Oh, and he hadn't been to the vet since he was a puppy and had fleas. I could go on about how angry it made me, but long story short, I got this elderly dog and vowed I would do my best to give him as much love as I had and make the rest of his life as good as I could.
Yes.
He was my absolute best friend and my first adulthood dog. So the first dog that really felt like mine.
Yeah.
I think I was his best friend too. He was just so happy and loving all the time. He lived for another 2.5 years before succumbing to cancer in the summer of 2020. I was absolutely heartbroken and still think about him every single day. Anyway, the other day I was lying in bed and I randomly thought of Buddy. His face appeared in my head and I heard the word hello so clearly in my mind. At the same time, all of the neighborhood dogs started howling for seemingly no reason.
No.
It was such a bizarre experience and maybe my first visit from a ghost, even if it was just my dog. It makes me happy to think I might see him and my other loved ones again someday. I will say I am accepting of the supernatural, but still agnostic, you might say. Just waiting until I have an undoubtedly real encounter. Hint, hint, Grandpa. Anyway.
Go for it, Grandpa. Come on.
Love the podcast. Thanks for making me laugh. All the best, Sarah, she, her.
Wow.
Oh, my God. That's
Sarah. I think Buddy said, hey.
I love that. And to think of like a border collie like running through the neighborhood and all the dogs being like, whoa.
Yeah, and everybody being like, yeah, Buddy's back. That's so cute. Oh.
But I truly do hate that people get rid of animals like they're furniture or something.
Oh, yeah. Because it is one thing if it was like, oh, we cannot handle this, because but then to immediately get like, nuh-uh.
Or like if you have like a small child and the dog is aggressive or what. There's like
Right.
those kind of reasons.
Yeah,
but
there are definitely reasons, but that feels like they were just kind of like,
puppies are cuter. That's
yeah.
But I mean,
They're tough.
well, I mean, like that's what they were thinking, that they were like,
Oh,
puppies
right.
are cuter, but
Right,
no,
right.
nothing like the loyalty of an old dog.
Oh, I love an old doggy. Old doggy.
And I love that Grandpa was like, all right, guys, time to leave.
All right, it's time to get out of here. Let's go.
The missus said y'all gotta go.
The old ball and chain.
You know how she is.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wow. I got one. You want one? You want one?
Of course. You won't
It's
want
it's a godfather.
a god.
Oh. That's not a grandfather.
Huh? What?
Oh boy. Well, it's my mother's godfather and the devil, apparently. But I was like, whoa, it's another grandfather story, but it's a godfather. That's a different thing. Anyways.
Okay.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
ready for this now. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. My mother's godfather and the devil, apparently.
Oh no.
Hello, girls. My name is Gabi, and I'm a new listener, and I'm sorry if this sounded like an AA meeting. So, I fortunately don't have many paranormal scares, but I do have a lot of, let's say, mundane stories that still make me flinch a little.
Ooh.
I'm just not sure if an encounter with a jaguar on a solo camping trip is podcast material to you.
Jesus. I mean,
my God.
that's so scary.
That's so scary.
Did you see the video of the old woman who was attacked by like a leopard and then she like beat it with her cane?
No.
She was like sitting down and she heard something and then she looks behind her and it's like either a leopard or a jaguar or something has spots, but and she stands up real quick and it does get a swipe at her, but she like just keeps hitting it with her little walker cane thing.
Holy shit.
And then it's like, fuck you, forget it.
Oh, get out of here. I thought this was going to be easy.
Ugh. Anyway,
Whoa, that's wild.
Terrifying.
Okay. I mean, that is podcast material, Gabi. Come on now. Anyways, okay. They said I have a nasty story passed by my grandmother to my mother and eventually to me. It happened with my mother's godfather, and for the setting, you have to know that my family came from a rural beginning, so to speak. I mean, stuff like my brother was 7 or 8 years old when he first saw electric light.
whoa.
Wow. So, my mother's
Is
godfather
she
was
300 years old though?
Gabi, 300 years old, beyond. I mean, that's starting to make sense. A jaguar on a camping trip.
Just, sorry.
No. So my mother's godfather was having a bad day in his youth. It had rained the night before. The roads were deep mud. The cows, also known as milky doggos. That weirds me out, man.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of like milking a dog.
That weirds me out. Whoa. Milky doggos, come on. Ooh, okay, milky doggos. So the milky doggos were angry, stuff like that. By the end of the day, he was steaming with rage and started cursing out loud. This may not seem like a bad enough thing, but at the time, just thinking bad things were evil conjuring material. If you were to believe his 3 sisters, all of them nuns. Yeah, really.
Oh, wow.
Wow. The last thing he had to do that day was Corral the milky doggos back home. That's one of the wildest things I've ever read out loud. I don't know why that's fucking with me big time. Milky doggos is really messing me up, man. Okay. Okay, so he had to corral the milky doggos back home. But, as I said, they were angry and the mud was making them even more upset. My mother's godfather, after a particularly hard gate, said out loud something like, "In times like these, there isn't a single demon who shows up to help, goddamn." He was resting by some fences then, looking at the cows and chewing his hate when he heard a whistle. He looked up, and there was a blonde man in an impeccable white suit gesturing to the cows. Seconds later, the cows calmed down, got together, and strolled down the road. It seemed really peaceful seeing the milk doggos all chilling with each other and walking home at sunset. Yeah. My mother's godfather walked to the man, putting his hand out for a handshake and thanking him. He said, "Mister, watch it so you don't get mud on your good clothes." The man said with the biggest and widest smile that he didn't mind dirt. He didn't mind it at all. One fraction of a second before my mother's godfather mumbled a goodbye, made a beeline from the fence to his house and hugged his crucifix to sleep and said that he was sorry for cursing. He looked down to the stranger's feet. He was, of course, bare feet and, of course, and again, of course, his feet were all covered in this black mold.
Oh my God.
What
my
fuck?
God.
What the fuck? Ooh.
That's so disgusting.
Ew.
Oh my God.
Ew. Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, God. That is so nasty. That is so nasty. Cut to young Gabi, me, who already listened to this story, in a movie theater watching Constantine with her best friends when, by the end, Lucifer himself shows up with a white suit and dirty feet. I clenched my jaws instantly and my heart was going gush, 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 but I didn't want to say anything because what if none of my friends were seeing that? The movie ends and I'm walking behind the group, listening to them talking about the movie and waiting for them to get to the freaking ending, all the time thinking that I was cursed or something. I'm thinking that it would be funny now to listen to you to reread the email and go like, what? That doesn't happen in the movie. Constantine just goes John Wick on the demons and save Rachel Weisz. There's no Lucifer girl. You know, tragic funny. I haven't seen
it, so I couldn't do that to you.
Yeah, we could not. I'm a late child in the family, more than 15 years younger than all the cousins, so I didn't have much time with my mother's godfather. I can guarantee, though, that I never heard him say a single curse word, and my own grandfather was just like him. My mother said once that her father had a really foul mouth, but she remembers a day when he came home with big round eyes and an ultra shut mouth, and that he did go straight to bed. He also never cursed again, but never told what happened. It's scary to me to think that these things happened in bright daylight, as if back then the devil didn't care about traditions or on scaring people. But it's also kind of funny that a being as ancient as time itself cares really, really deep about politeness. Hey, girls, thank you for your work, for all your work on this troubling time. You are really helping. You know that, right? All the best to you. Wow.
Oh,
Gabi,
that is so unnerving.
Oh, that is so... Well, Gabi, did it happen in Constantine? Come on.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. It feels like something you should watch, right? Like that.
You would think. Oh my God. You would think.
It's a horror film.
Keanu Reeves and a little spooky. Come on,
Come
Sidaro.
on.
I'm looking up images right now.
The devil with black moldy feet.
I see a white suit. Oh yes, he has nasty feet.
Okay, good.
Okay. Ew.
Now, it's not just disturbing because of the milky doggos.
That really got me, man. That got me, man.
It did. It really got you.
It really got me.
Now, speaking of the devil being polite, anytime you hear not stories about the devil, but like the lore of the devil, is that it's some charming guy with a big smile and
right.
And that kind of it tracks though.
Right?
Yeah. And that the devil would know how, I mean, I don't even know if I believe in the devil, but that it would know to, I don't know, to be up with the times, right? That's how they trick you.
Right. Right.
But what's the greatest trick the devil ever played?
Oh, what's that?
Or pulled?
Making you believe in him?
No, the greatest trick the devil ever played was making the world believe he didn't exist.
Oh, ooh, wah.
Ooh, wah.
Ooh, wah.
It's a good one because you can't argue your way around it. Like it kind of like it puts you in a little circular box. No, that's not how I say things, but you know. But that is really scary that just a man appears from nowhere.
Yeah.
And your animals listen to it.
Chills the animals out. Yeah, I don't need that, man.
No, thank you.
Give me angry milky doggos all day.
Milky doggos.
Ew.
And
ew.
What a fascinating upbringing to not have electricity and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really torn up about this devil with black moldy feet, though.
It's a really disgusting image.
Yeah.
It's a really spooky, gross image.
Spooky nasty.
Spooky nasty, nasty spooky image.
These were really great, guys. Thank you so much for sending them in. Wash your feet good tonight.
Yeah, please wash your feet good tonight.
Don't curse. The devil may come. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you all so much, you rule. I hope you're having a good spooky season.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.